Hey there, landlords. If you own a rental property under an LLC, then you should stop what you're doing right now and watch this video because there's a new federal reporting requirement that could cost you big if you ignore it. What I'm talking about are fines up to $500 a day or even criminal charges, but don't worry because I've got you covered. Today we're talking about this and diving into everything that you need to know about the FinCEN BOI report, what it is, who it applies to, and what you need to do to file it so that you can stay compliant. So we want to make sure that you protect your investment and that you avoid any nasty fines. Now, if you're new to my channel, my name is Sue Richey. I am the owner of a property management company here in Northern Virginia. So let's get to what this means for you. Now, first of all, if you are like most people, you have no idea what this is or what you need to do. We've spoken with so many owners of LLCs, friends of ours, other business owners, all smart people, but they really had no clue what this was. We were lucky enough that our accountant advised us about this some time ago, and we shared this with all of our property owners because many of them do own their properties in an LLC. They need to complete this report by the end of the year, just like you do. So what is the FinCEN report anyway? The BOI in this report stands for Beneficial Ownership Information. Basically, it's part of a federal effort to increase transparency in business ownership and really just to crack down on things like money laundering and fraud. So if you own an LLC or any other type of entity, this new rule requires you to report who is behind the business. Now that means sharing some key details about yourself or other owners of the LLC. This isn't just a suggestion, it is mandatory. And the deadline for this is January 1, 2025. So the penalties for skipping it, like I said, up to $500 a day, criminal charges, it's really not worth the risk and it's really easy. So who needs to file this report? If you own a rental property through an LLC, then this applies to you. And the law states that any beneficial owner of an LLC, as it's defined, which means anyone who owns at least 25% of the company or has substantial control over it, whether it's you or you have a business partner or partners, then you're going to need to file this report with all the information. You might be wondering if anybody's exempt, but basically they only seem to be a few exemptions, and that's really for publicly traded companies. So really most small businesses, LLCs, especially those holding rental properties, don't fall into this exemption category, unfortunately. Okay, so what information is required for this? It's really a pretty simple form, but you want to have everything ready. What you're going to need is to have information, your full legal name, which you obviously know, your birth date, and your current address. And you're going to have a unique identifier like a driver's license or a passport number. That's really it. And it's pretty straightforward, and it takes you maybe 10 minutes, but you want to make sure you have all this information ready so you can complete this quickly. And you want to make sure that all the information that you do put in is accurate. So double check it because mistakes can mean delays and consequently some penalties perhaps. So now let's talk about how you actually file this report. This is just an online report submitted on the FinCEN online portal. And I've put a link to that website in the description below. And don't forget anything, like if you change anything, like add a new member to your LLC, you'll have 30 days to update this report information from what I understand. Now, remember, I'm not an accountant. I'm not a legal advisor. This is just something we have learned that we need to do because we own multiple LLCs. So I'm passing this on to you. If you do have questions about the form itself as you're filling this out, it's definitely best to consult with an accountant or someone else who can give you the right kind of advice and guidance so you're filling it out correctly. So this is definitely not something to procrastinate on because the end of the year is coming and you want to protect your LLC, your investment. So definitely file this report now. Like I said, just takes a few minutes, but this was good advice and our accountant did tell us a couple of times because we're busy people too, but we did get it all done for all of our LLCs and it's a relief to have that checked off our list. So it's pretty simple. That's the scoop on the FinCEN BOI report. There are a lot of other videos on specifically how to fill out this report from qualified accountants and things like that. So you can always check out other videos and find that kind of information too. So don't forget the link to this site is below. It'll take just a few minutes and do it. And oh, by the way, if you live in Northern Virginia, if you have questions about this, or if you need help managing a rental property, we're always here and all our information is always available in the description below too. So if you want more great landlord tips, please subscribe to our channel, hit the bell so you'll be notified every time we post a new video. And if you're looking for another video to help you keep compliant, check out this one about rents and deposits and everything you need to do to stay compliant with those. Have a great day. We'll see you next time.